My name is Adebayo Ayodeji. Well, that's exactly what it is, what I've just said. You got to pay the doctors well for a start. The hospital should be there up to the standard, up minimum standard, conducive to good practice. Got to be there. And the practitioners must be paid well. Don't let this stop. Like I just said, you're not a doctor to be poor. They, like everybody else, want to live well. That's it. You have to have good hospitals. The hospitals are not good. Go to a general hospital here. It's crowded. No, it doesn't have to be like that, you know. Yeah. And like I said, remuneration of the doctors must be there. The health workers, the nurses, the paramedics, got to be paid well. The infrastructure must be there. I've heard of people operating with candlelight here. Imagine that. No light. Or no oxygen. That's crazy. So the infrastructure, not just the building. No. Of course, the building is important because it encompasses the infrastructure. But they have, I've never been to Abuja, for example. They have the National Abuja Hospital. Why don't our people go there? I mean, the politicians. There must be a reason. Why not? So that means it's still not good enough. We shouldn't be in that kind of situation in a country of over 200 million people. I told you, I play music, but I like classical music. I do have, European classical. And of course, I like our own stuff. I do have a good set of music. I relax by, you can see I love gardening. I love to garden. I do all this with the help of my gardener. And I used to boat a lot. Go up the creek, with my boat, up to Badagry, all on the lagoon. And stay overnight up the creek, and things like that. And riding. So I was never bored, and I read. I do read a lot. I'm very, especially with CNN, YouTube, and all that. Oh yeah, it was a lot of news from there. That's it. So it's never bored. I was never bored, did I eat good food. I love good food. Not Nigerian food is not particularly healthy, I try as much as possible to lots of vegetables. I'm not a vegetarian by any means, but I'm not into like pounded jam off this or a bar like that, no, not at all, no. If I'm going to eat that, just a little portion. There's lots of vegetables and things. So fruits. So my diet is not, I won't say it's Nigerian, no. It's a bit of Nigerian, a bit of other countries. I won't like to say European, but not entirely Nigerian, no. I'll say part of my meal will probably be Nigerian. The rest is, well, if you like to call it European. But of course, you can't expect that. I've been married, to Europeans 3 times. And naturally are used to their way of eating habits. I like to cook. As a matter of fact, I do cook a lot. You can see my barbecue there. I do have barbecue. I do it myself, play table tennis and swim, of course. The pool is just dirty now because it's rain and don't bother. And the pool was built in 1984. I built it by Pedrocci. It's an Italian company. And I said I want it for, not just for, it's for exercise. And you can see it's quite long, and it's still a section there. I used to swim a lot. A good diet, I think. Moderation in drinking. Everything in moderation, I think. Yeah, I like horses from youth. My grandfather was a chief Sachere of Ondo. He was Muslim. I used to go to the mosque on a horseback. I was young, I can remember very well. I used to follow him, my grandfather down to the mosque on a horseback. I just love horses. And when I moved here in 1973, in Shonibari, my wife then, she was brought up in Australia and a lot of riding there. So she liked riding. And a friend of ours, a Greek fellow, Barbaropoulos, was living here then. Said, he was a member of the Saddle Club. I said, let's go and have a look. That's it. So I joined the club in 1976. But the club itself was founded in 1969, by some British, well, probably British, of course. I can't remember their names now. Their names on the board in the club. With one man, I remember the name, it's Jamakani. It's a Syrian, not Lebanese, Syrian. And so I think the three of them formed the club in 1969. And one of the Jamakanis I think is a relative of this Jamakani I'm talking about. This one is late, but the other Jamakani is in Niger Docks. I think he's the owner of Niger Docks. You know where they repair boats. But he himself, not as his brother or his late brother. And again, so I joined the club. It was virtually all expatriates. I was the only black man. And until one Dr. Adebayo, again, he came from, but much older than I was, came and joined the club with two of us. Adebayo from Ife. That's it. So it was quite, like I said, I felt at home with the whites because virtually all of them were my patients. So I was quite happy with them. And that's it. Like this Oregon place, it wasn't quite suitable, but we did manage somehow. And when we got the advantage to take this place, we took it. It was given to us by Governor Johnson. 1990, sorry. Governor Johnson. He was a sportsman. He liked sports. And yeah. Well, 1996. We moved to where we are now. We moved to Omale, 1975. Yeah, that's right. But we got the CFO in 1996. That's what I got. It was Bolaji Johnson who authorized, who more or less gave us the land. But of course, nothing like a certificate of occupancy at those days, you know. To regularize that, we went into that in 1996 and got the C of O 1997. There was no obstacle for Nigerians to join, but Nigerians were not interested then, you know. But now, of course, majority of people now are Nigerians anyway. But those days, they're not interested. You can't force people to come and join the club. But there's no obstacle for Nigerians to join. But of course, it wasn't too expensive either, because we were buying horses then from Kaduna for about cheap 3,000, maximum 12,000 naira or something like that, you know. I don't think Nigerians were interested then. That's it. But they are now. And we used to ride in the bush. You know, it's not like now. It's more fun then than now. Because Omale was our place of fun. It was bush. We used to ride in the bush. And expressway, the Lagos-Ibadan expressway, was partly being constructed there. We used to ride on the other side of it, all over the place, you know. I would ride up to Sherry there, ride in the bush, stop there, have a barbecue and things, you know, it was fun. You can't do that these days. And they used to have meetings here. I had 3 guys who were living opposite here then. 1 German, 2 Germans. I mean, 1 German, 1 Swiss, and 1 Swedish. We were all living in those 3 houses opposite me here. I used to ride horses from there to here. And people respected us, not challenging us, you know. The cars would actually stop, you know, for us to move. It was nice. So I don't think there's any development at all, really. No, we're just trying to rebuild the place because it went down, because the expatriate left. That's one big thing. A lot of them left the country. I mean, like Julius Berger, Strabag, people built the airport then. You know, Cadbury's, all these people, Baja Plains, all the expatriates, they were all there. UAC, Vitaform and all that. So it went down because it left. Then, with the few that remained, not me alone, we tried to rebuild the place. But it's not very easy. We needed the money. Even for this C of O, we had to pay lots of millions to Lagos State. We had to do what we call debenture, levy members on debenture basis. Not much then, but at least it's covered. The money we were supposed to pay the Lagos State for the C of O, yeah. So it wasn't that funny. And like I said, it went down. And then till gradually we built it up again. Now we have 90% of our members are Nigerians. But before it was the other way around.